Okay, so this is a part 2 on the basics of grease pencil in Blender 5.2, and this time we're going to go overview on this draw mode. Now first up, we're using a brush, this brush over here, and I'll just start, nope, I'm gonna start just doing some little drawing on this canvas. And I'm using a Wacom Cintiq tablet for demonstrations. And on the top here, you can just click and drag to change the size of the strokes you're using. And also you can change the strength or opacity, whatever you comfortable call it. But for the hotkey for these two features, and for the changing of strength, you need to press the F on the keyboard. It's going to change the size, and on the top middle right here, it's going to tell you how it's going to show you the size of the brush you're changing right now. And by doing this, you can hold down the shift to kind of slow down the changing the size. And I'm going to select OK. Press the left mouse click, and while you hold down the shift and press F, and now it's going to change you can change the opacity more freely, and you can also hold down shift and drag it slower to find the strength or opacity you're looking. I'm gonna make it a little smaller, and right now this brush is much more brush stroke is much more smaller, and the more I increase it, it's going to be much thicker. And when I put the strength to 1, it's going to be the opacity of the stroke is going to be much heavier. The more I lower down the strength, it's going to be much lighter. Let me undo this. Okay. On the left side right here, we're going to have this eraser tool, which is basically just, and no, let me just draw these strokes again. And on the erase mode, you're going to have these 3 different features on the top. One is called the dissolve, which is, let me select this one, and when I start erasing a tool, erasing the stroke, you're going to see the strokes are kind of fading away. So this dissolve eraser is kind of mimicking the look and feel of the raster, the bitmap drawing, which Blender is still using this vector anyway. And for the point, you're simply just erasing a vector line. Here you can see it doesn't fade away like what I did here. And this stroke option is simply just erasing a stroke. So let me just tap here. Boom. Now it's just gone. Okay, let me undo everything. So I'm going to go back to this brush, and we have on the top right here we have this like a new feature. You can toggle between this stroke, fill, and you can just do all both of them. And let me just increase the strength and make the stroke a little smaller for this demonstrating these options here. I'm going to just undo everything. And first of all, we have this. So we have this. The stroke mode is set to just this default stroke. It's going to not the curve, but let me draw something like a circle. And you can see it's just only drawing a stroke. And this one, once I click this and I start drawing, it's kind of hard to see, but you kind of see it's kind of hard to see, but you can see it's just now instead of drawing a stroke, it's going to fill out the color only. There you go. And this third option is both. So once I click this and start drawing, and you can see the stroke is now drawing both of this black strokes and this color fill, which is a little light gray, but you can see what is happening. For the fill tool, I'm going to demonstrate just a little. Give me a second. Now on this bucket fill, this latest Blender had this new update where it can on the advanced let's show you guys what was the new update they made. On the advanced, they have this new fill solver, and just let me change to the pixel for right now. So this was the default fill solver that the Grease Pencil has used for over the years, and I'm going to let me start just doing as a little fill. And this is how, as you can see, these strokes are all you can see all the strokes are now fully drawn in circles without having a gaps like this. It's going to fill the color inside of this this round stroke circle. This like a circle drawing. But if I do the fill color on this one, it's going to give you an error. It says no fill as created. So this pixel fill solver is only work for the strokes are already closed, that doesn't have any like open gaps like this one. And for latest one, we have this Delaunay. I hope that I set it out, speak out correctly, hoping. And where is it? Yeah. So once I set the fill, so this one is going to be a default, like a fill solver in this newer one. So once I have a lot of these like open gaps here, these have like a 3 like separated strokes, and I'm going to fill the color. Now Blender is going to solve which part they have to like automatically kind of fill fill in the gap, so it's not going to spill the colors out. So this is a really big improvement that Blender had recently. So you guys don't need to worry about like filling in. So you guys don't need to worry about like filling in this, just closing the gaps like what I'm doing right now. I hope that makes sense. And on here, you're going to see this shape tool, I will just call it. It says it's a box, but I'm going to show you guys why it says I'm going to show you guys why I call them like a shape. Sorry. So I'm going to just demonstrate. So right now we are in the box mode. So what it's going to do is going to draw a box, and right now you can still able to like change the shape of this box tool. And once you're happy with the shape, then just press the enter on keyboard, and now the shapes are all applied. And just like a brush, you can also change to fill like this, and also you can do both. There you go. And right now all we have is the box here, but you guys gonna see this little arrow right next to this like a box icon. Just hold down the left click, and you're going to see more options here. You're going to have a like default this box drawing tools, and we have this circle, line, polyline, arc, and curve. So I'm going to hover over the mouse to the circle and just let go of the mouse click, the left mouse, and just change this to a stroke, and I'm going to draw a circle, and you can still adjust the shape. You can go like a perfect circle, or just do a horizontal or vertical oval. Press enter. On the line, you can just just start drawing a line here. You can also just you can adjust to like directions. And if you just want to have a really nice straight line, then just click the left mouse click and just hold down the shift. And now it's going to have a perfect straight line. We also have a polyline. You can just continuously draw this like a polygonal shape, and you can still change the position of these points individually. Or you can just change the individual points, and then if you like it, then press enter. The arc, going to click and drag, and you're going to see this point on the middle of the stroke. I'm going to hold down the left mouse click and drag. You're going to make a curve. And the last one is, last but not least, is going to be a curve. I'm gonna just do the exact straight line like what I did with the curve, but instead of this time we're going to have like two individual points here. So I'm gonna drag this one to here. We have another points that left here. I'm going to hold down the left mouse click to drag like this. There you go. Yeah, and this is and these are the main tools we're going to use for you guys going to use for the making a 2D animations. And this is the trim tool, and what this is going to do is we have like a lines are like a crossing each other like this, and when if I hold down the left mouse click to drag, and you say you're going to cut these lines, and I'm going to circle around and make a like a lasso like this. Just click and drag around the circle, and it's going to delete the strokes that intersecting. Same for here. Also going to remove also going to remove the stroke. There you go. And before going into eyedropper, let's go back to this brush. On here, we're going to see the material. We're going to see we're going to see like a list of materials we have, and right now it's set to this default solid stroke, and we can able to change the color of the strokes if you want. So let's say I'm going to change this to red, and once I doing a little change here, and now it's going to change the stroke to this red color. You can also change to like a blue like this, but also you can change the fill color. Right now it's set to this like a gray color. If I doing a little changes here, it's going to change from red and you can able to change to this bright yellow. It really depends. Now, okay, so let me set to this default. Let me set to the default color again. Just undo, and okay. And if you don't, so if you want to make a new materials, and you can select the select the material options here, and is material specials. Oh no, instead of here you go down here to a material properties, click this, and in here you're going to see this plus sign. You can add another material you'd like to make, and now right now the material is any materials are assigned to this one, so we're going to create new. Now the new material is created, but if you don't want to use this material, then you can just hit this remove button to get rid of the material. And on this top right here, as you can here you can see right now the mode is set to the material. But if I change to this color attribute and I start drawing a stroke here, and right now, and you see here, the solid stroke is no longer drawing the black line, but instead we have this like this color options here. So I select here, once I click here, then we can able to change the strokes that we want to use. So I can just draw a blue color here, and you can just select the colors on this palette. But only disadvantage about this one is you're not able to like change the stroke color from the material. As you can see, like the other drawings that I made is already assigned to material color instead of the color attribute. So you guys have to think which color you're going to use it as a default. But also meantime you have an option to use some certain strokes and fill colors you want to use for in the meantime. I hope that will make sense. So we're gonna change to a solid stroke. But if you guys don't want to, and you have to like an eyedropper, I'm gonna go over eyedropper now. And what this tool is going to do is going to assign a new material for either stroke or fill colors. So let me show you guys. If right now I selected this eyedropper tool and I select this color, and it has automatically made this new material, but it's only using a stroke color only. And if I hold down Control and select, okay, maybe it's not it. Maybe hold down the Shift and let's select this stroke right here. Okay. Yeah, I was kind of wondering. So hold down the Shift and select this color right here. I'll choose this black. Let's just choose this blue color, and it's going to create this new material that only assigns the fill color. But if you want to toggle between this stroke and fill on this material, you see this base color, just select this one. And right now the alpha is set to 0, which is going to be, it just set the stroke to invisible. If I drag this all the way to the 1, and now you can toggle between stroke and fill when you're doing now you can toggle between stroke and fill, or you can use both when you're working on the draw mode. And I hope this make you guys I really hope this video helped you guys, and if you have any questions, then let me know, leave in the comments. And for the next video, I'm going to show you the next video is going to be demonstrating the edit mode, and I'll see you guys later.